With one simple shift in mindset, you can improve your brain health, decrease your stress, and increase your connection with others. That shift? Choose curiosity over judgment. Shout out to Ted Lasso. Curiosity creates perspective of possibilities. Judgment, on the other hand, well, let's talk about that. Judgment, at its core, is primitive thinking. We judge things, we judge people, we judge circumstances. It's evolution's way to help us quickly put things into categories. Good, bad, friend, foe, safe, dangerous. This is the advantage of judgment, but the disadvantage is that when we make these judgments, it narrows our perspective and limits our possibilities. And we may be negatively affecting our health as well. Judgment was very useful tens of thousands of years ago when we lived in a black and white world where most things were either safe or unsafe. But for most of us, we don't live in that world today. We have a much more nuanced, complex world, and yet we still use judgment as our default. Consider the barista at your favorite coffee shop. Maybe today they're not as nice as you want them to be. Or maybe they're too nice. I've actually heard people complain about that. When we're bothered by the barista, which probably has nothing to do with safety, we're judging, usually from a place of negativity, ego, or fear, and this creates stress. Imagine going through an entire day with all these little stress spikes that come from judgment over and over again. It's exhausting, and it's not good for your health. In many ways, curiosity is the opposite of judgment. It opens up the world. It encourages us to think about things differently. It supports empathy and relationship building. And neuroscience has given us a glimpse into the magic of curiosity. Brain scans show us that when we're curious, there's an increased activity in two of the brain's reward centers, the ventral tegmental area and the nucleus accumbens. When these areas are activated, they drive us to explore further and become more creative and consider the perspective of others. Studies also show a strong correlation between curiosity and improved learning and memory. For example, curiosity boosts hippocampal activity, which is essential for memory and learning, which is also known as neuroplasticity. Curiosity literally rewires our brains, strengthening synaptic connections and fostering the growth of new neurons. Something you might have noticed in everyday life is that when you judge, you're attached to the thing that you judge or the person that you judge. Like, for example, when we see someone driving or acting in a way that we don't like, we tend to spend extra time thinking about them. And as a result, we are oddly connected to them. This is usually a waste of energy and creates those stress spikes that we talked about earlier. When you're curious, you detach from those things or persons because you're open to all kinds of possibilities. Curiosity is available to all of us. It's a mindset that many of us don't choose as often as we should. So with this in mind, let me suggest a thought experiment for us. Remember that barista who wasn't nice? Judgment says, well, that barista's a jerk. Curiosity may say something like, I wonder if they were having a bad day. I wonder if I could help in some way. Maybe they could use a smile. Try it for yourself for the rest of the day. Choose curiosity rather than judgment and see how it feels. Maybe you want to do it more often. I am curious to see if this is helpful for you, so let us know in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching.